Few things made me hate my husband more than when he slept through my baby screaming or had the audacity in the morning to say he was tired. Men just don't do it. But what we're seeing in this video is what so many moms go through during the cluster feeding stage, and Krystiana is handling this with such grace. During this time, babies will feed every 30 to 90 minutes for hours and then finally sleep when the sun comes up. And this happens a lot when babies are going through growth spurts, and those are kind of predictable, usually around 3 weeks, around 6 weeks, and again at 3 months. And a lot of people think that this only happens with breastfed babies, but this can also happen with formula-fed babies. It's just more noticeable in breastfed babies because they're constantly having to get that milk from mama. So why this happens in breastfed babies is it's a natural way for baby to increase mom's milk supply. As baby is growing, the needs increase, and the more a baby is put to the breast and breastfeeds, the more milk mom is gonna make. Also, when babies go through growth spurts, they need more calories, so they're going to want to feed more often. They also need more comfort and regulation during these times. If you can think about as they're trying to get some kind of skill, being able to roll over front to back or back to front or whatever it is, their little brains are working really, really hard at that age to master that skill. They're needing that food and that extra comfort and being held to help kind of regulate themselves. And what's normal during this time is baby is continuing to make plenty of wet diapers, that baby does settle after a feeding or after a cluster of feeding, and that we're having good weight gain. And what is not normal during this time is if baby is having poor weight gain, we see a decrease in the amount of wet diapers that baby's having. Baby is not consoled after a feed or a few feedings, or baby has a weak suck or seems tired more than usual. Obviously, any signs of illness would also be concerning. And I remember this stage being absolutely exhausting as a breastfeeding mom. So if you can pump a little extra milk during the day so your partner can get up with the baby so you can get a little bit of rest, please, please do that. And also during cluster feeds, you're doing it so often, I would forget which side I left off on. So I would put a hair tie on my wrist, and after I nursed on that side, I'd switch it. So when I would wake up, I would kind of know. It's a little bit more accurate than doing this action. And I have a lot of moms concerned that when babies cluster feeding that they're just not making enough milk and their milk is insufficient and they need to supplement with formula, but this rarely is the case. You're not doing anything wrong, and the more baby nurses, the more milk you'll make. If it does help you be more assured, you can wait until baby's next feeding and pump and see how much milk you're getting to make sure it's adequate. Of course, no, baby is more efficient than the pump at getting breast milk out, so if it's a little bit less than expected, talk to your pediatrician. And when in doubt, take your baby into the pediatrician. We absolutely love seeing your babies. Let us put your baby on the scale to reassure you and to reassure me the baby's gaining weight well and everything is going fine. And remember, this is temporary. And just one last little tip, moms. Since we get up round the clock for cumulative years of having children, right? Have your husband be the designated dude when the kids get older. If they need a drink, they wake up in the night, they have a bad dream, they heard something. I act like I'm dead over there, just like he did for so long. Faking like you can't hear anything in the night, anything you can do, I can do better. I'm Dr. Key. Follow for more evidence-based and slightly unhinged tips.